So this is a short video on how to create animation thumbnails, and we're going to start with the monthly 11-second club as a great place to begin to show you how to actually draw thumbnails, because some of my students gave me some feedback recently saying, yes, we've seen the thumbnails that you've done, we've seen thumbnails that you've posted at the animation blog, and we've seen stuff that you did on films, but actually making the thumbnails, could we have a video please on how you actually make the thumbnails? So this is the process that I go through in order to make those thumbnails from scratch. This is a short video to explain how you might go about doing thumbnails for an animation shot. And I'm just gonna take a quick look at the 11-second club. You can actually see that the last winner of the 11-second club last month was Robin, one of our students at Animation Apprentice. Which is really cool. It's the first time anyone's ever actually won the competition, though many have done well. And we're just going to take a look at next month's 11-second club, and I'm going to show you how to thumbnail it. So what we want to do first of all is just play the dialogue. So let's just play it.
I made macaroni if you want some.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, I was starving and you took forever, so I wanted to make food.
Okay, so now we've got the line of dialogues. We've got two people, two women, or maybe it's a kid. It's possible it could be a kid and a mom. But, you know, that's stuff we can play with. And what we want to do is download the sound file and then get on with thinking about it and then doing our thumbnails. The competition, you've got a little button that says download audio. So we're going to go ahead and click on that, and that's going to download the audio, and that should give me a WAV file which will be suitable for Maya. And we've also got a transcript of the two characters speaking. Voice: hi, I made macaroni if you want some. I'm sorry, what? Well, I was starving, you took forever, so I wanted to make food. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that, and then I'm going to paste that into a Word document, and then I'm basically going to write that down on a piece of paper. And that's going to be kind of the beginning of my thumbnails, is this little line of dialogue. I might write it down on a piece of paper, but I want to write this down. Hi, I made macaroni if you want some. I'm sorry, what? Well, I was starving. You took forever, so I wanted to make food. And then we're going to base our thumbnails off that. So I'm going to say that. I'm going to 11-second club audio. And I'm going to pop that down onto my desktop and save it. All right, so we've begun. Okay, so I've listened to the line of dialogue a few times, and it seems to me like you've got someone in a kitchen who's just made food, right? And the first thing that the character says is, hi. So I made macaroni if you want some, like all bright. And then it's, I'm sorry, what? Well, I was starving and I took forever. You took forever, so I wanted to make food. So I think that person is going to be turning around like at the beginning they're going to go, hi, you know, or hi, you know, just like a little wave. Hi, you know, they know they're in trouble because they weren't supposed to cook yet, but they're like, hi, you know, kind of ingratiating look. And then the other person says hi, and then maybe puts a bowl on the table. I made macaroni if you want some. Then there's like gives her a bowl. You could have a prop. You know, I made macaroni if you want some. You know, if you want some. Like, you know, like, yay, you know, if you want some, it's going to be good. It's good. It's nice and tasty. You know, head tilt. And then the other one goes, there's a long pause. And I think she's just going to kind of stare and like, because like she's planned this amazing meal, right? And that's not what's going to happen. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? Yeah, it's like, maybe she's carrying shopping bags, you know, like maybe she's got all this stuff with her. Like that would be good. Like, I'm sorry, what? You know, she could be standing in the kitchen door, like groaning with bags of stuff from the grocery store that she was going to make this amazing meal. Maybe it's, you know, fresh lobster or something. I'm sorry, what? And that's, it's like, you know, she's been betrayed. And then there's, well, I was starving. It's like, I was starving and you took forever, so I wanted to make food. You know, so, well, I was starving and you took forever, so, you know, kind of make it so, like a kind of head wobble thing like that. Like, well, I was starving and you took forever, so I wanted to make food. Kind of shrug, kind of arms out, something like that. So that's kind of what I'm going to go for with the thumbnails. Okay, so let's start doing some drawing. So first character says hi.
Hi.
So this person's gonna. I think this is gonna look around. Hi.
What? Well, I was starving and you took forever, so I wanted to make food.
Maybe they're. I don't know what they look. I haven't really figured out who these characters are, but I'm just going to use kind of generic. What I'm really interested in is the expressions and the attitude. So maybe this character is hi. Maybe they're like, holding a couple of bowls, or they're kind of on a kitchen counter or something. But it's like, and I always draw in the dialogue. Hi. Because I always want to, like a comic, really. I made macaroni. Maybe they kind of spins around and holds out the bowls. Maybe it's just ready, it's like I made macaroni. I made macaroni. I made macaroni. Yeah, great. Yay, macaroni. We love macaroni. If you want some. And then I always like to do a little, just draw a little kind of aspect ratio around the drawing so that so that you can kind of see what it's like. And then this character here, I'm sorry. What? And this person is really pissed off. I'm sorry. What? They're like. Then this is like anger here, because you always want to define what's the character feeling. What's their emotional state. So this is like anger. And if we could do this as a wide shot, and this person could be kind of carrying bags. We could do it like an establishing shot in the kitchen, and that they could be carrying really kind of loaded shopping bags, like they just carried them back from the grocery store. Maybe there's even a whole bunch of bags there, or maybe they've got one of those kind of wheelie bins if you don't want to do a load of modeling. I'm sorry, what? Like I've got all this stuff. I look at the lobster and the crab I bought back from the grocery store. So you could go wide on that one. Maybe we're just thinking, well, I was starving and you took forever. So it's like, so now what's the dominant emotion here? So it's now changed. So we could actually see that start. So this person could kind of start off with the kind of in the grin that they had at the beginning, and then kind of do a head tilt. Well, I was starving. So they're like, now they're well, I was starving. So it's kind of self-pity, right? I was so hungry, I was going to die, sort of sad. So we're going for a kind of sad look there, which quickly blends into irritation, right? Because this and you took forever, So, it's like, so now we've got, this is quite a complicated emotion. You took forever, like, where were you? I was sitting here starving. You were just arsing around in the grocery store. How dare you come back with all these ingredients? And you took forever. Something like that. You took forever. So I wanted to make food. And then this now the kind of explanation at the end, right? And I think kind of, and now it's like a mixed emotions, maybe ingratiating again. So I wanted, kind of shrug, like, I wanted to make food. So, and this is like a combination of fear, like I'm in trouble now, and anger, like, because how dare you be annoyed with me. And then also yeah, fear, a mixture of fear and anger and maybe even sadness, mixed in there. So you've got a kind of blended emotional. And you took forever. So I wanted to make food, but this is like ingratiating now, right? So we're kind of hoping we're going to get away with it. And what I do is I just keep working at these things. I would, just keep kind of, you took forever, keep drawing it out, do multiple versions, and then it'll kind of come to you. It's sort of like, like writing a story. You write it and then you rewrite it and then you rewrite it, and could just kind of figure it out. So that's how I would get started with the thumbnails on this. And then once I know which thumbnails I've got, like if I decide, okay, that's the right attitude I want, sorry, what, then I'll kind of, kind of draw a heavy box around it, or maybe even, mark it up in a yellow highlighter, like, okay, this is the panel I want. And then when I go back to do my poses, I'm like, okay, well, those are the panels, those are the sketches I'm going to use to inform my poses in Maya. So that's how I would get started with something like this. Okay, so here's another slightly closer look at the thumbnails that I've been doing. You can see here I've added a few bits and pieces, some sort of A and B panels, and what I've done here is I've gone back over the video that I recorded earlier, where I was kind of acting it out to the camera, and tried to get a little bit more acting out of it, like so, with the head wobble thing that I did. And you'll find this really useful. If you act stuff out to the camera, you can then watch your own acting and you can find those body gestures, and those will be much more apparent to you when you watch the video of you acting it out than trying to remember what you did when you acted it out, because your body will do all kinds of things that you weren't even aware of while you were acting it. So I'm sort of more or less happy with what I've done here. And the next stage is now to upload the audio into Maya, and then figure out where all these lines of dialogue come in the shot, and then number these thumbnails so that I know where the poses are going to go in the animation timeline. And now what we want to do is drop our audio into the timeline. So I'm just going to take the WAV file and just drop it right in there. And hopefully that should work, and it did work.
Hi. I made macaroni if you want some.
Okay, and we need to extend this because this is quite a long... So how long is this? How long is 3 seconds? Blah, blah. I actually can't figure that out because my maths is too bad. Okay, so it actually goes up to... let's go to the animation view, 3-pane split, wait, animation 3-pane split top with the graph editor down there. So it actually goes up to frame 287. So 287 is our final frame. Okay, so what that means we can now do is we can figure out when all these poses are going to happen. So obviously we've got our start position where the character's looking away from us. Whoops, sorry. Start at frame 1. And then so high is happening at around about frame, okay, we always want to be a little, so say frame 5. So I'm going to write down on my sheet, you can't see me doing this, but I'm now writing down next to the thumbnail where the character says hi, I'm writing down frame 5. And then I'm writing down...
Hi. I made
So, and then the next line is so frame 45, I made macaroni. So that's our next pose is going to be frame 45. So that's our next key pose. So I made macaroni. And then the next key pose, these are like your...
macaroni if you want some.
And then I made macaroni.
Macaroni if you want some.
And for now, we're just going to do these kind of main storytelling poses.
I'm sorry.
And then then we're probably going to cut to the other character here at around about frame 90, who's just going to be like staring. So somewhere around here, maybe frame 99, we'll cut to the other character, just have them staring, and then we're going to go into this angry pose.
I'm sorry.
which is going to be like 137. So we know that I'm sorry, what? That is going to be frame 137. So I'm going to write that down on my thumbnail. So now you see I know where I'm going to do my key poses, my storytelling poses in Maya, based on the thumbnails that I've created.
I'm sorry, what?
And then I'm sorry, what? And then there's probably going to be another kind of B pose there at 151, like what? You know, so I'm gonna, you know, that's probably, I'm sorry, what? It's really punching that pose there.
What?
Well, I was.
And then back to the other character. So at 173 here, well, I was starving. So I'm going to write down frame 173 on the, well, I was starving pose.
Well, I was starving, and you took forever.
And you took forever. And you, so 211, that's the, and you took forever, that's another pose. I was starving, and you took forever. Because it's like, I was starving, that's like self-justifying, and you took forever, that's angry.
You took forever, so I wanted to make food.
So I wanted to make food. So, and yeah, it's like,
So I want.
so kind of head wobble. I wanted to make food, and then
To make food.
And then, so the final pose is going to be around about here, around about 263. That's going to be like our final pose. So I'm going back to the thumbnail, and I'm writing 263 down on the thumbnail for that. So, and then we can go and tidy up the thumbnails, and then we're ready to start posing the shot out in Maya. So now if I go back to my thumbnails, you can see I've written down the numbers here. Hi. That's frame number 5. I'm sorry, what? Wait, then I made macaroni, frame 45. So that's my pose there. I made macaroni, and she's got the balls out. And then the angry pose. I'm sorry, what? At frame 137. And then I've got some other versions of some other poses here. I'm trying to get it. And then, 173. I was starving. So I know that pose is going to be around about 173. Don't forget, we can move these things around later on. 211. You took forever. So kind of head wobble there. 263. Oh no, sorry, that's before, isn't it? So it's actually, I wanted to make food. So it's actually this one that's 263. Sorry. And then so is slightly earlier, so I made a little mistake there. Anyway, you get the general idea. This is a sort of organic back and forth method to create useful thumbnails so that you can then use those to create your poses in Maya, because that's what this is all about.
So how can I help you to become a professional animator? First of all, subscribe to my YouTube channel, get all my free stuff. Secondly, if you want to get started now, sign up for my course at animationapprentice.org, or come study with me at Escape Studios, or sign up for the online MA in 3D animation at Bucks New University.